Good day, everyone! Today, I would like to tell you about the atmosphere, its importance, and the possible outcome if we lose the Earth's atmosphere. The atmosphere is a gaseous composition that envelopes the planet. The composition is approximately 78% of nitrogen, 21% oxygen, and 1% argon, with small amounts of other gases such as water vapor and carbon dioxide. The atmosphere on Earth contributes to the possibility of life. It not only gives us something to breathe, but it also protects us from the sun's damaging ultraviolet radiations and warms the surface of our planet by around 33 degrees Celsius via greenhouse effect, which largely prevents dramatic temperature variations between day and night. The atmosphere works as a blanket, maintaining the Earth's average temperature near constant. And that is how incredible the Earth's atmosphere. But what if we suddenly lost our entire atmosphere? Let's imagine the Earth's magnetic field took a break and violent solar winds ripe our protective space blanket away. Would the Earth suddenly devolve into a big lifeless rock? Would we able to take a breath? It is possible that our atmosphere will come back. What is the value of the atmosphere to our planet? Absolutely, it's vital. It shields us from asteroids and solar radiations, as I previously stated. Our climate is regulated by it, and it allows us to live on the Earth. Mars, our neighbor, lost much of its atmosphere 4 billion years ago, and look what it's become. Once warm and wet, it's no more the planet to once was. The atmosphere has fully vanished. There's still small layer remaining, roughly 100 times less dense than Earth. Have you ever heard of any life discovered on Mars? What would happen to the Earth if the atmosphere vanished? It's hardly a happy ending, to be sure. If the Earth's atmosphere were removed, it would become extremely quiet. You wouldn't be able to hear anything because sound waves are simply air vibration. However, there is no sound since there is no air. The Star Wars universe isn't accurate because there's no sound in space. There would be no blue sky and no magnificent sunsets, because there would be no particles in the air to scatter the blue light, sunlight. The sky would turn black. Planes would crash to the earth. Birds too. They rely on air pressure to keep them afloat as they fly. Oceans, lakes, rivers would begin to behave strangely as well. Water's boiling temperature would drop dramatically from 100 degrees Celsius if there is no air pressure. Like a forgotten kettle, all the Earth's water would begin to boil. It would not all turn into vapor. We'd soon reach a point where there was enough vapor to keep the water from boiling. The water, however, would not remain liquid at zero atmospheric pressure. Whatever was left would turn to ice. Well, if it's happening, it's time for us to wear our winter coat since it's going to be freezing. Without an atmosphere to trap heat near the surface, Earth's temperature would drop to an average minus 18 degrees Celsius, and temperature would see extreme shift between day and night. Apply sunscreen now because you could still be sunburned in these temperatures. Sunbathing would be dangerous if the atmosphere didn't filter to the solar rays. But would you even survive that long? Only if you had a pressure suit or oxygen mask on. Without those two things, you're no longer with us. The pressure difference between the air inside your lungs and the air outside of your body is used by our diaphragm to inhale. Even if you were wearing a respirator, you wouldn't be able to breathe without outside pressure. But don't hold your breath, since your lungs will pop in seconds. Exhaling would keep your body alive for 3 minutes, but you would be knocked out in less than 15 seconds. Everything on the earth that requires oxygen would die. The animals and plants are included. This also applies to everything in the oceans. There would, however, be some germs remain. Maybe it evolved up to something intelligent. Eventually, solar radiation would break water vapor down into oxygen, combined with carbon dioxide pumped from volcanoes and geothermal vents. It would create new atmosphere. But this would be long after humans were gone, and too thin for us to breathe anyway. Now, take a deep breath because you can, and relax. No massive meteor or coronal ejection like strip away our atmosphere anytime soon. And from now on, try to value all things we have and appreciate every sunset we see. And thank you for listening, and have a nice day everyone. God bless us all.